Here at CBS News Colorado, we want to be transparent and let you know how a story comes together. Our segment, Your Reporter Behind the Story, gives you some answers. The Denver Nuggets are hoping for go back-to-back and win another NBA title. But one fan who will not be in the stands is Vicki Ray. She's cheered on the Nuggets for more than 3 decades, building relationships with players and referees and collecting thousands of pieces of memorabilia along the way. But in February, she was banned from Ball Arena and her tickets were pulled. She was accused of grabbing a referee, and then there was also an accusation that she hit a player in the face. Your reporter Alan Janae has been following this story and has new details from Kroenke and perspective from another superfan.
Heading into the game, fans were thinking about one of their own and whether she should be here.
Oh, she got banned.
It's a little drastic.
Yeah, but if she can't follow the rules, then yeah.
Vicki Ray, in all of her years as a Nuggets fan, is not here this night or any more games this season.
Going to be an awesome game tonight.
Can't wait, yeah.
Kirk Quinn loves his team, but wonders.
Seems like there might be another way to do this.
Brandy Costello thinks so too.
We right there. We're the seat 1 and 2.
She and her husband split season tickets with friends in the same row with Vicki Ray.
So let me ask you the hard question first.
Give it to me.
Does Vicki get out of hand?
Never.
She's been a few seats away since 2018.
The players and the coaches loves Miss Vicki. I have a video to show they love on her, they hug her.
A video earlier this season with Vicki on the right greeting and being greeted by players, as well as referees, who don't get a lot of love on the job. Kroenke Sports and Entertainment is now adding to their brief statement about what happened, including specific incidents included unwanted contact with participants. The inappropriate behavior continued even after repeated warnings. Vicki Ray told CBS Colorado she believed her tickets, now removed, could be sold to someone else for more, and offered to apologize if she'd done anything wrong. Brandy has gone from angry to upset.
At first I was, oh my goodness, the Christian in me, if it wasn't there, I would have probably said some words. I got very sad because this has been her life.
A 72-year-old fan for 32 years with no team to root for.
She's family to them. She's like the mom and grandma, you know, of the Nuggets. I mean, so she deserved that respect.
Your reporter Alan Janae joins me now. Alan, I would argue Vicki is one of, if not the most notable Nuggets fan. We talk about how long that she has been going to games. We've done several stories on her here on CBS News Colorado. How did you first learn about this happening to Vicki?
It was that prior contact, the stories that you've done, I've done in the past, meeting Vicki in the past, because, you know, whenever there was something going on with the Nuggets, you know, their drive to the championship, well, let's go interview Vicki Ray, the super fan, and we would go over to her house, and in there's a living room full of sneakers and the stuff, and she's just crazy about the team and all of that. And she's been there in the good and the bad years, as we pointed out in the first story. I mean, there were times when the team had given her extra tickets to give away because they couldn't put seats in the stand, people in their seats, you know. So that was how it began. It was our relationship with Vicki and knowing about that.
We saw some of the clips of her greeting players and referees, but there's other video that Kroenke Sports has shared with Vicki's attorney that they say is actually the issue here.
Yeah, and I'm seeking that. Kroenke isn't willing to provide it to us, so it will have to come through Vicki's attorney, and he's yet to determine to share it with us. It is a good question. What do you see?
What's on there?
And when I spoke with him about it, he said he had just gotten it and he hadn't really taken much of a look at it yet. I can feel fairly confident that he has by now, and so the call is in. We'll see.
All right. We know you will keep badgering him for those videos.
Yeah.
She's been a fan for 32 years. She got to see her team win the NBA title for the first time ever last year. You spent time with her in her home, and this is obviously a tough situation for her. Is she losing any enthusiasm about her love for the team? I mean, there's diehards, and then there's Vicki. How is this affecting kind of her relationship with the Nuggets, if you will?
Well, you know, she's unwilling to put it on the team, and even, you know, unwilling to put it on Kroenke Sports, who is ultimately responsible for this. You know, it's their team, that, you know, and they have the lease there at Ball Arena on, and an oversight on who gets in and who doesn't. she, says, "Oh, it's not the team. They don't know. They may have heard about it now. The coaches, not the referees." You see, she is one of the people who says nice things regularly to the referees.
Those people are hard to find.
It is true. And the allegation is that she touched a referee and he said no, and kind of pushed away from her. She says it just didn't happen. She has given notes to referees and such over the years, but never, she says, with anything about their work or the quality of their work. It's not as if she's handing referees a note saying, you bum, you did a lousy job on that call. It's birthday cards, Christmas cards, it's appreciation cards. And she, of course, have given the players candy over the years. That stopped. She was asked to stop doing that. She did. And so she has changed, and this is sort of an aside on this, often a tangent here, but she has changed her behavior when asked. We know that. She was asked to stop giving candy. She did. She was asked to stop bringing the signs, which they deemed were too large, that she says other fans are still allowed to have, by the way, but she did. She was told she could no longer come early or late for the games. I mean, she used to hang around and greet the players and such and like that, and she's not. So those things she's followed after being spoken to, and so that leaves open the question about what about these other things?
Yeah.
And is there some behavior that she's engaged in that's been over the line? We haven't found anybody who has yet witnessed that, and I'm still curious what is on this video.
And there are a lot of people who know Vicky at those games. I mean, obviously, you talk to someone who sits next to her.
Right.
A lot of Nuggets fans know who Vicky is, and so if there was something, you feel like that would certainly come out, and maybe it will. What do you think is next for Vicky? How does this get resolved?
It could be this legal process with the attorney. Now, of course, he's, since it's gone legal, Kroenke has now, kind of batten down the hatches in terms of information they're willing to release on this. And so we're going to have to see what the attorney does in terms of this. Is there going to be a lawsuit? What is it? So is there any way of resolving this? Some have suggested, well, it'd be nice if they gave her a receipt somewhere else or something like this if they feel that she's in the wrong place. But they're just not budging on that one.
Yeah, and of course all of
banned
this
from the arena for all Nuggets games.
Yeah, all of this is a backdrop as the Nuggets get set to start the NBA playoffs in mid-April and try and defend their NBA title. Alan, thank you so much for joining us and for sharing Vicky's story. Alan is your reporter in Boulder and in the foothills. He would love to hear about stories in your neighborhood. You can send him a tip through our website, cbscolorado.com. And while you're there, you can also see Alan's stories with Vicki Ray. Stay with us. We'll be right back.